never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is What If Deku is a pure-blooded werewolf. I actually totally forgot. I think it was 14. But, let's double check. I just want to make sure, because, it's 14. Okay, cool. I was correct. Awesome. So, now, there will be bat scenes, not in this episode, but definitely, like in the Stain arc and stuff like that. And, in the Force arc. So, because I can't really, I just can't really justify them allowing him to have a bat inside of a ring, inside of the sports festival. I mean, yeah, given, the kids, have some kids have literally have the explosions, but I think that would, violate some sort of weapon rule. So, before the match starts between Bakugo and Izuku, the next is, Lilith's fight with Izuku, because, boy's gonna body that fool. So, as the officials tell him, Mr. Young Man Izuku, yeah, I'm with the rule committee for the sports festival. Unfortunately, we're going to have to not allow you to use your support item any longer. It is registered sport item, but it violates the no weapon policy at the sports festival. As it's all technical and stuff like that. As Izuku's like, yeah, it's fine, man. Don't worry about it. I'm not tripping over it. Shame I kind of hit Bakugo upside the head with it, but I'm not unreasonable, man. So as he agrees, as he puts his bat away. Excuse me, drink something real fast. Ooh. As the match starts, as he sees, as Bakugo's ready, ready at the match, ready in the ring, waiting for Izuku. Now Bakugo is not as cocky because he knows what Midoriya is, so he's kind of terrified. He's shooken. As he's looking down on the ring grounds. As he's shaking a little bit. He's breathing heavy. Let's say he's looking at Midoriya, but he's breathing heavy and he's shaking. As Izuku, slowly walks up to the ring, as his shadow is the size of his fully transformation. When he transformed into a werewolf fully, the big version, So as Bakugo sees, the shadow of how Midoriya really is, when he transforms into a werewolf fully, as that's his shadow. So he normally controls it, but he's not controlling it anymore. He's looking forward to this fight. See if Bakugo got any stronger. As Izuku stands there, as he stretches, as he's like, you ready, Bakugo? Ready to get your ass handed to you? As he's like, no, that won't happen. As As Izuku's like, so you finally got a spine there. Let's see how hard of a spine you got. As the fight commences, as Midnight says fight, or I don't know how they did it, but they initiate the fight. As Bakugo bursts explosion up back of him, going into a punch. As Izuku, ducks as Bakugo's about to blast downwards at him, as he wasn't there, as all you see is a kick coming from the side of his head as Bakugo goes flying, as he skids across the arena. As Izuku, goes in fast, kicks him in the, he's like in the middle of the ring, so, as Izuku kicks him in the ribs, as he, goes a little bit further. He's nowhere near close to the end of the ring, so, sorry. As Izuku's like, come on, Bakugo, make this at least fun for me. This is boring. As Bakugo's he's getting mad. So as Bakugo gets up, spits up blood a little bit, and he's like, you're dead. As he blasts forward, as he's going, a little bit crazy with the explosions, as Izuku has his hands behind his back, as he's dodging them effortlessly. As he's like, oh, that was close. Almost there, Bakugo. You actually almost hit me. Oh, look at that. You even singed some of my hair. Bakugo, Bakugo ignites a bigger explosion that he's been using, as he's like, stop mocking me, as a big explosion, as Izuku gets flown back, as he catches up in time, but it was too late. Bakugo's explosions close range, as he's getting hit back and forth, explosions. As Bakugo grabs his face and kicks him, or knees him. As Izuku, jumps backwards, as he's like, I don't know where you, I don't, as Izuku spits out blood, spits out a little blood, as Izuku's like, I didn't know where that came from, Bakugo, but I like it. Give me another. As he just says that sarcastically, just to be a, douche. As as Bakugo goes in for, explosion, as Izuku just scissors and takes it. As as he's using combination between explosion and fighting technique. As Izuku had a little bit enough, as he finally hits him back, does a couple combinations, right when he was going to sweep his foot under Bakugo's legs. Bakugo blasts upwards, as he's like, I knew it. You always favor that sweep move. As Izuku's like, oh, small pause. I kind of do, really, in my what ifs, but let's get back to the story. As Izuku's like, so you caught on. Yeah, I probably should, fix that. As Bakugo comes in with, a massive explosion, as it implants Izuku in the ground, as Bakugo comes in with blasts up, comes in after the explosion. He hit with Midoriya, as he had both of knees into Izuku's stomach, as he knees him from a good distance up, as Izuku coughs up a little bit, as Bakugo gets up, as his gauntlet clicked, as he steps on Midoriya with his foot, gesturing his hand like he's gonna pull his pin, as Izuku's like, do your worst, as he's like, let's see what you got, firecracker, as the thing's filled up fully, as like, die, as a massive explosion, point blank range, as Bakugo gets flown backwards, because that was a crazy move, as Lilith stood up from her seat and got a little worried, as Bakugo's huffing and puffing, as he wipes his face with his hand, as he's like, that's what you get, loser. As he's like, the first place is mine. As you know, as that happens, we cut to Izuku. As Izuku's just laying there. As he's like, huh, that actually hurt. As you know, his shirt's gone. So, you know, it's like, as you know, he gets up. He's like, huh, oh, this is going to be fun. As you know, he jumps up. As Bakugo's like, what? As Izuku cracks his neck. As Midnight's like, oh, you're right. Are you right, Mr. Silver? Are you still able to continue? As he's like, yeah, Midnight. I'm fine. That was nothing but a love tap. A paratone, my wife. So it's time to get serious. As Izuku, his eyes. Let me pause this for a second. Oops. Okay, I'm back. As Izuku gets up, as I'm gonna say a couple things before he transforms. So I'm gonna scratch what I said earlier a second ago. As Izuku gets up, as his Bakugo's like, how? That's just put you down. You should at least be a lot more injured. As Izuku's like, it's because you're weak. I'm gonna show you true. I'm going to show you my real power. As he's like, I so want to put a transformation reference in this so bad. This is not my final form at all. Enough about that. As brace yourself, Bakugo. It's about to get a whole lot worse for you. As he's smiling, as his eyes glow, as Bakugo rushes over there and pulls his other pin, trying to stop the transformation. As about time when he pulled the pin as it ignited, as it ignited. Sorry. Izuku was already in his wolf form. As everyone sees this big, humongous wolf get hit by explosion, as it tanks it. As Izuku, laughs in his, wolf voice, he's able to talk as, it sounds kind of, scary as he starts laughing. As he's like, seriously? You're going to have to do a whole lot more than that to hurt me. As, instantaneously, he grabs Bakugo by the head, jumps up as he, slams his head into the mat as, as Izuku jumps up and lands on top of Bakugo with his feet up in the air as he slams down onto him as Bakugo, coughs up some liquid. As Izuku, begins to kick him across the ring. Across, not out of bounds, but kick him around the ring like a soccer ball. As Izuku's like, where's all that spunk you had, Bakugo? As he's taunting him, as Bakugo, blasts away from Midoriya. As Midoriya was about to go for a kick, but he blasts off as Bakugo, finally gets up to his feet. Took him a little bit. As he's like, you bastard. I'll get you for that. As, Bakugo's going in for explosion as nothing happened. As he gets a fist, a wolf fist hitting him. As, he does a couple combinations. As, he gets knocked back couple footsteps as Bakugo, is going for, attack Midoriya as, it's not doing anything as, all you see is Bakugo getting beaten as he's trying to get back up. As, Izuku, has him by the back of he has his hand on his head, smashing him into the ground as he's like, just give up, you lost. As he's like, I'd rather die than lose to you, freak. As you know, as Izuku's like, so be it. As Izuku picks him up, then slams him to the ground several times over and over again. As you like, it's getting quite vicious. As he picks him up more time and throws him across the ring, not out. As you know, he has one more. Saying he got his butt kicked several times. Let's just give him another Hell Impact or whatever it's called. His gauntlet attack. I forget what it's called right now, but as Bakugo's last chance as he lets off the he's not using the gauntlet that's full yet, so he's using his other gauntlet to move around fast as he's trying to get to Midoriya. As Midoriya goes on four paws as he's blitzing. As each time he's trying to hit Midoriya, he dodges as he goes faster. As Bakugo can no longer keep up with him. As he's like, stand still, you, stand still, you weakling. As he gets socked in the face as Midoriya jumps out of the way, then goes back into the running speed as he's just going around the ring, just playing with him. As he's like, stop goofing off and take me seriously. As Bakugo goes into the explosion. As he saw his chance as he got to Midoriya as game over as he blasts him in his face. As as he's laughing. It's not as powerful because he's tired and stamina, so he can't use the full force of it, but it could hurt someone. As young Bakugoski, that type of move is forbidden. As that type of way you're using quirk is not good. So people are booing him. As sorry. As you see Izuku still standing up with his head still intact. As Izuku says, ouch. As he's like, what I'm about to do is your own fault. As Izuku, straight up punches Bakugo as he goes flying. As in mid-flight, he knees him. As he jumps backwards. No, he jumps a little bit. He steps back a little bit as he kicks him out of the ring and plant him in a wall. As Izuku, de-transforms. As doesn't have a shirt, so girls will go crazy about that. So all that stuff happened. So what happened in in that sort of situation with certain anime. So yeah, he's getting quite a bit of fans from other female students. So Lilith is not happy. As you hear Lilith like, any of those girls going near my Midoriya, I'll kill them. As can you say, whoa, whoa, I didn't think you were the jealous type. As Lilith says very. As as she's feeling sorry for Izuku, so as he gets a spare, as he puts it on, as he's ready for the next fight, the Lilith and Izuku fight. Sorry, something came on. Let's do it that way, so that doesn't bug me anymore. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna start remembering now to put on Don't Disturb in the start of the video, so I don't have to do it during the video. So I'll fix that. So as I get done, yammering around, we'll get to the story. As Lilith is waiting for me at the hallway. She's like ready to lose. As Izuku says, I'm not gonna lose to you again. Not a second time. As he's like, whatever, tell yourself. And please don't try to hold back. I want to, fight you full strength, Izuku. As she walks away. As Izuku, I don't know if some people are not going to like what I'm doing here, but well, whatever, we'll get to it. Sorry about the lighter background, but okay, let's get to it. As Lilith is waiting for the waiting for the fight, as Izuku gets into the ring, as the announcers are talking, as they're mentioning Izuku and Lilith, they've been quite impressive during this match, during during the sports festival. As it's been broadcasted all around the world, and Shigaraki remembers him, so it's like that's him, that brat. As Shigaraki is complaining about it. As Kirigiri knows Izuku, so they have somewhat of a history. So he's like, didn't realize he was that powerful. He could be an issue we need to take care of. I'll talk to the master about it. As we'll cut away from that scene. So there's that little plot. So sorry. As we continue. As they announce the fight to begin. As instantly they both go in for combination attacks, as they're moving pretty fast. As everyone's amazed that Lilith could keep up with Izuku, because they don't really, her battles weren't as intense as this, so she defeated her opponents quite easily. So she has a superior attitude about her, because she's not only a pureblood, but she's from a royal line. So there's that. So she has a little smug attitude about themselves. So let's continue. As Lilith smiles as she doubles her speed, as Izuku gets hit quite a bit, as Izuku goes flying, as he barely catches himself, as there's a kick going to kick him out of the ring, as he ducks and rolls out of the way. It jumps backwards. As Izuku says, that was dirty. And she's like, what do you expect? I'll do whatever to take the win. As she's being quite scary right now. So Izuku's like gets back into the fight. As Izuku, his eyes are glowing. As he's going, all out in his base form. So he's doing decent. As Lilith is not even, I'm saying, I'll explain my theory about why I did this. So, let's continue. As Izuku, goes in full force, as Izuku, it's, getting hit around. Because as, she, doesn't go all out, but, she gets a little bit serious. As she grabs his fist, twists it around Izuku's back. As she sweeps his legs, as she grabs his head in mid fall, slams him into the ground. As she mentions, just remember, our little bet. As Izuku's like, you're not serious, are you? And she's like, no. As she kicks him inside the head, as he goes flying. As that was quite brutal. As he's bleeding quite a little bit. As he wipes out his blood. As as everyone's concerned. As teachers are about to say something. As Izuku gets up, as he's slowly healing. As she's like, huh, that was quite vicious. As he's like, that was nothing. That was my version of a love tap. As they go into battle again. As Izuku's getting dismantled, and she's dismantling his fighting technique, because she knows Izuku and she sees him train all the time. so she knows where to hit. As Izuku, gets beaten pretty hard, as Izuku jumps backwards, as he has no choice. As he, Lilith's like, you might well transform now, because you're not going to win this way. As Izuku, Izuku knows she's right. He just wants to win her in this form. As he's like, damn it. As, he gave in to his pride. As, he begins to transform. As he rushes Lilith, grabs her, tosses her up in the air. As he jumps up and socks her in the face as she goes into the ground. As she gets up in a couple seconds, as she spits out a little bit of her mouth, and she's like, huh, that's more like it. As Izuku goes in for a punch, as she, grabs his wrist, pulls downwards, as, Izuku's wolf face, closer to the ground, as she needs him. As she grabs, I'm sorry, sorry guys, as she grabs, Izuku's neck, as she tosses him across the ring. Across the ring. As for something to see something like that, like a big wolf like that, tossed around by a regular-sized person, that's quite amazing. As, a lot of hero agencies are, looking into Midoriya and Lilith and Kennedy. So, there's that. I don't know what I should do for the, internship. But, we'll deal with that when we deal with that. So as Izuku gets up, limping a little bit, as he snaps his bones back in place, as he howls, as, there's a big shockwave. As Lilith, was going to run forward, as he goes top speed, as he's, doing the move he did with Bakugo, as he's running around the ring, hitting Lilith every chance he's passed by. As Lilith, got hit a bunch of times, as she caught the pattern, how he fights. As in mid run, she kneed him in the stomach as he goes flying. As you have that. As he was about to, get up, as she, she kicks him side of head, picks his head up, as he's like, you still want to go? As he's like, she's like, give up, as, he's like, never. It's like, why are you so stubborn? As, she slams him, slams his head against the pavement. As she backs up, processing his stubbornness, as she's like, it'd be easy for, she's thinking it'd be easy for him, just give up, it's the easy way, the less painful way. So as Izuku, gets up, as she gets back into reality, as Izuku goes in for a punch, it's going, not as fast, but pretty fast, as she, just breaks it. She straight just breaks his arm, as, there's a loud roar, as, as that happening. As the heroes want to stop this, but, let's just say they're letting this continue. Because Nezu. Because of Lilith, no matter what happened, to not interfere in this last match. Is these, if they face each other. They won't kill each other, so, there's no that. So, a couple broken bones, there and there. So, let's just say that. That's for convenient. For, so I can continue the story. So as Izuku, gets kicked away, as he, let's just say she didn't break it. She discolate. Give me a second here. Okay, sorry guys. I can't pronounce it, but he pops his arm back in place into his shoulder blade. As that hurt. as he's ready, he's de-transforming back into his human state. As he's ruffled up. As he's getting, he's hurt. Kennedy, is watching this fight in utter shock that see the alpha getting played like that, being beaten like that. So as he's like, as Izuku rushes forward, as he goes for a kick, as she blocks it, as she hits him in the side of the face, as he doesn't go flying, but he's getting hit. And she's like, why are you being so difficult? As she's hitting him. As Izuku's hitting her back. They're strong blows, but not as strong as they were at the beginning of the fight, because he's lost a lot of stamina, and he's rapidly healing his body during his whole match, because Lilith hits hard for her, especially for a vampire. Excuse me for a second. I need to light this. Okay, I'm back. So as Izuku, it's about to, as Izuku falls backwards, as Lilith just catches him. As they call the fight. I know, I normally don't have Izuku, lose, but this is what my theory is on the whole subject. That's why I'm gonna make this. It works for me, so whatever. I'm saying because of Lilith is a pure-blooded a vampire, and plus she comes from a royal line, that it would take several alphas to take down one pure-blooded royal down. It's a group effort. It's a group effort, not one alpha or any werewolf can take down someone of Lilith's bloodline. So that's what I'm saying. She's stronger. She's stronger by, not by a whole lot, but she is stronger than Izuku. Speed, strength, and all that. So, she wasn't even using none of her vampire abilities. So, so there's that. So, that's my process of that. So let's continue with the story. As she catches Midoriya, as the medic comes in with a stretcher, as they haul him off. As everyone's like, I heard they were married. That was kind of brutal. As she's like, no, that's annoying her, but she's more worried about Izuku. As they fight like this all the time. So this was nothing. They fight similar to that, but she really went hard on Izuku because she wanted to win. So there's. She's in recovery girl off area, as she's healing what she can, what's left of healing. So I was like, you kids, you're going to give me a stroke. As Lilith apologized to recovery girl. We were having, I was being a bit competitive, and I really wanted to win that, me and my husband had a bet, and I wanted to win it, so, I won. So I might have took it a little too far, as, Izuku, finally gets up from, a couple hours. As, yeah, let's say, that, because, let's say the award ceremony is, not a couple hours, but a couple minutes. As he gets up from, getting his dome beat in. As, as he's like, damn it, lost again. As, he's visibly irritated that he can't beat, Lilith. As Lilith, he's like, you're still up on that, aren't you, Izuku? He's like, yeah, of course. I can't even match your power. As he's like, for a pure-blooded werewolf, you're closer than most just by yourself. And she tells him, it takes several alphas to take out someone from my family. So, you shouldn't feel bad. As like, you just need to get over it. As, she flicks him on the forehead. And she's like, ow, I'm still injured. And he's like, you wouldn't have been so injured if you just gave in. And she's like, no, I wasn't going to do that. I'm not some submissive pup. I'm a wolf. As, his fangs kind of grow out a little bit. As, they're having a little argument. As, like, okay, Mr. Wolf. Just lay back down. As, how are you feeling? Are you able to move? Because we have that, war sim ready to go to. And she smiles. Says, yeah, I'm fine. Let me, As he gets his shirt on, he was all bandaged up, so he put the shirt on, or whatever, a jacket or whatever. As he goes into the war ceremony, as All Might, tells him, all that stuff they do in canon. As they explain, he tells them they're false. I think that's what he did. Whatever, we'll go with it. As they go as Kennedy. It's yeah, because Kennedy got first place, so it was Willis. Yeah, okay, third place. So All Might goes to Kennedy, as he says, you have good instincts and good strategy. You just need to work on more of your fighting technique. As she like a martial art or something like that. As there's that. As he goes to yeah, I'm saying this because the whole thing with Bakugo, exploding stuff, that doesn't happen because I don't want to. So where we're at, geez, is that 40 minutes? Okay, let's get this done. As they go to Izuku, I was quite impressed with your match. You're powerful, you're smart, and you kind of and you know how to bring someone out. As you know how to bring people's full strength out. Very fascinating. You just need to work on your overconfidence a little bit. As he does have a confidence problem, so there's that. He makes mistakes, as he's like, you need to touch up on your combat too, as well. As he goes up to Lilith, as she's like, very impressed with your work. Top notch, as she gets praised because of that. As she's like, but you went a little far. As like, yeah, I know, I kind of went a little overboard. As she kind of laughs nervously. As he's giving her a mean look. And she's like, what? I said I was sorry. Did I? I think I did. As Lilith's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I went a little too far. As he's like, it's fine. As he smiles. As Izuku was just playing with her. As she's like, you sly fox. Like, you sly wolf. As they give their awards, and we're going to stop it here. Because we're almost at 40 minutes. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Judging my time zones, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Alright, bye.